Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name is Daimien Kamiya, I am the Omni King, and yeah, today got delayed. I kind of figured it would end up at 4 o'clock, not gonna lie, but I actually didn't set an alarm last night, believe it or not. Hey, Adri! I didn't, for the first time, I didn't set an alarm. Still woke up at 11, despite going to sleep at like 5 or 6. And, but then kind of just did nothing for noon. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I wanted to get out and get a little bit of a walk in, like, especially, like, my knee's all screwed up right now, but, like, I want to give it some exercise. Thankfully, the knee doesn't hurt when I walk, so it only hurts when I put weight on it. But when you have bad muscles, right, like, you want to at least you don't want to keep them stagnant, because it can end up actually hurting the muscles more in some cases. You want to, like, slowly exercise them. However, I do believe my knee is getting better. If you've ever had like a bad muscle pain, like a sprain or even like a deep bruise, you'll know it's like when something's healing, you start feeling that itch inside your leg or your arm or wherever the injury is. Like, it's like an itch you can't scratch. I was feeling that earlier today, so that tells me that my knee's at least getting better. Hopefully the swelling will go down soon. I still don't really know what I did, but I'm assuming I just, like, hit a nerve or something when I was on my knee. It was at home, because at work I wear knee pads, as I've said before, so. Additionally, so I don't know if I've talked about this before. On my right leg, so the bad knee is my left knee right now. On my right leg, I have actually a permanent leg problem. So, a few years ago, I used to sit I still sit improperly on my chair, but the way I used to sit involved leaning my right shin against the edge of my desk, and now I have a permanent, like, bone bruise in that part of my leg. If anything taps that spot on my shin, my leg crumbles. I'm not even kidding. That is how painfully sensitive that spot on my shin is. So, of course, what did I do? Put my leg up, slip my footing on my chair, and not only bang, but scrape that exact spot of my shin on the edge of my desk. I have it bandaged up because it was bleeding, because, like I said, I scraped it. But holy fuck, did that fucking hurt. Oh my god, I did that last. Oh my god, I swear I was gonna wake up my roommate with how I fucking screamed in pain. Oh. Yeah, so the bandage is still on. I just slather, like, it was too big to put, like, an actual band-aid or anything on. So I put polysporin on, like, I have, like, square cotton pads. I just put polysporin on one of those and then just wrapped gauze around it. So I have a knee brace on my left knee. I have gauze on my right knee, on my right shin. So my legs just, and I'm wearing fucking shorts right now. So I'm walking around and I'm sure people just think my legs don't work. Alright, anyway, let's get to the game here, because I got nothing else to comment on there. I will say, so obviously we're streaming this Ni no Kuni today. Oh, yeah, I gotta get my cheats open, by the way. I am cheating on this game. Adri, I know this is probably the first Ni no Kuni stream you've been to, but there are certain elements of this game that... So there's 3 aspects of this game. The primary game, which is like exploration and combat. Then there's this skirmish system, which is sort of like RTS. And then there's the kingdom management, which is sort of like a mobile game. It's the mobile game and the skirmishes that I cheat on. I don't cheat on the rest of the game. They're more annoying than anything. They can be hard, but they're still really annoying. Like the kingdom one requires you to keep returning to the kingdom to collect your currencies while also waiting, because everything takes like an hour to do, an hour this. I just make it instant and I add money in if I need it, so I don't have to worry about that. And then during the skirmishes, I just like remove cooldowns and power restrictions, so I can basically just do things freely, because in all honesty, I fucking hate the skirmishes. I didn't mind the kingdom thing, but I had another viewer, Lizreal. He recommended that I just do instant research to save myself a shit ton of time, because it's like every single thing can take like an hour, and it's like you'd be spending hours just getting the kingdom built. Well, both. In reality, they're different games. I'm only playing Guild Wars because there's actually things you can unlock in Guild Wars 2 by playing Guild Wars. And I'm just trying to unlock those things. It's called the Hall of Monuments. I wished I was paying more attention to the story in that one, but I'm really not, because a lot of it is either fleeting and or unvoiced. So there's very little I'm actually paying attention to the story in that one. This one is just, and Ni no Kuni is a game I played in the past. I just only made it, I never beat it though. I made it to a certain point and then stopped playing, but I'm currently though, I do wish to do weekly Guild Wars 2 streams just to keep up with it, because I do like Guild Wars 2. And I'm actually considering doing, I was talking to some friends from Guild Wars 2, Liana and Ray, about potentially doing hardcore playthroughs, where I pick, the overall idea I had with Liana was that I pick a class, and just do open world and story as much as I can before I die once. And then move on to the next class. And just try to see which classes have the greatest potential for hardcore aspects. Because there's more than just, damage is actually the least important thing about hardcore. It's survival that's the most important. You want to have your stun breaks. You want to have your Condi cleanses. You want to have your dodges, right? So like each class would have different values as to what they could provide. And looking into it, like your 3 best dodging classes are 100% Thief, Revenant, and Engineer. Absolutely, because they have the best dodge utility out of any class. But I've not, I think maybe the next Guild Wars 2 stream I do will contemplate with it and just figure out what each class's potentials for, I've already kind of figured out Revenant, because Revenant is something I did in the past. Or no, I actually have basically the exact Revenant build I'm using now in the game. So, but I'd also have to consider what armors do I run, because the best ones, Soldier is the best defensive gear, but then maybe I might want to run Wanderers, which will have less defense, but have concentration, so boons last longer, so making better use out of Protect, Resolution, Vigor, Resistance, things that can keep me alive longer. Right? So, like, there's so many factors I want to think into towards keeping my characters alive. Because my mindset going into the hardcore playthroughs isn't to be so strong I win before I lose. It's to merely just survive. There's no circumstance, there's pretty much no circumstance I can think of where generally you're limited by time, per se. Like, in most cases, you just have, like, I'm thinking more in a single player story perspective. In most cases, you can win just through sheer time. You can just win through, like, surviving, right? You can beat them down by just defense. But I do know there are some cases, though most of them I don't think are combat related, where you can die if you're not quick or efficient enough. But anyway, yeah, I've tried a bit of every class. I actually have, like, a main of every class. Back before, so in Guild Wars 2 now, you have loadouts. So every class can have up to 9, every character can have up to 9 builds, if you will. In the past, loadouts didn't exist, believe it or not. So if you wanted an alternate build on your character, you either had to remember it and change, or you had to just make a brand new character. So I had over 40 characters on my account. When I started streaming, I took the loadout mindset, and because I needed to change the names of all my characters, and that got expensive, I made the decision to delete all but 2 of every class. So I kept 18 characters. But it still cost me over $200 to name all my characters. Like, I'll just say that my characters' names are prefix Omni King, and they used to be prefix something else. I changed them all to Omni King when I started streaming with my account. So, yeah, it got brutal to some degree in terms of cost. But now I think I have about 40 characters. I created a few mules and a couple other random characters for no reason. Some characters were created merely because when new expansions come out, they give you a free level 80 booster and a shared inventory slot. But you can't use that shared inventory slot until you use the booster. So I just made characters to use the booster. Right? So, but I do have, I think, about like 8 free slots, maybe? I could probably delete a few characters too, just to get, because I obviously am going to need more slots if I want to, but there's several characters I do not need. But yeah, like, in terms of equipment, going more into that, like, I considered, like, Diviners is the best for boon duration, but it has no defensive value to it. So, like, and that's an armor type I run on some of my defensive builds just so they can keep defensive properties, but Soldiers is still the best. Wanderers is going to be really good to attempt. If I want to go more on the healing side of things, Clerics is going to probably be pretty solid with power, toughness, healing power. And then Celestial is also a last minute where it's just, hey, you want a stat? Take them all, right? You just get every single stat at a lesser value. So that it's gonna vary a lot based on which classes I use. I made the decision that, talking with my friends, that I'd probably start at level 80 on all classes, because which class is my favorite? That's a tricky one to say, because every class is something I kind of like. But I think I'd have to just, I don't know. Because the thing is, I can't say there's a class I love everything about, But every class I have a specific build I like. So maybe I'll just go through the 9 classes and say what my favorite builds are. So in Guardian. So Guardian was the first ever class I beat the game with. It's base Condi Guardian. 100% conditioned. So they basically do burn damage. Because I beat the game at around the time the first expansion came out, Heart of Thorns, which gave you Dragon Hunter, which was a DPS subclass, not a Condi one. It wasn't until Heart of Thorns that you got another Condi one. And don't get me wrong, Firebrand is fine, but I just like base Guardian. Like, I remembered the few times I did PvP on Guardian, I crushed in Condi damage, win or lose. Because it's not that I even built for PvP. My entire strategy was burn, burn, burn. Oh, burn some more. Like, just get out as much burn as possible. And burn is the strongest individual Condi in the game. If you were to take every Condi and apply 1 stack of it for the same duration, burn would out DPS all of them. Even the conditional ones like Torment and stuff. So, Reaper or Necromancer was the second, and in all honesty, it's Condi Reaper. Condi Reaper, once I discovered the absolute sheer power of Condi Reaper and being able to solo stack like 60 sacks of bleed, it's fucking insane. Oh my god, it's brutal. So yeah, absolutely. I used to run DPS Reaper for the most time, but Condi Reaper is insane. Though I do think tank or clerics Minion Mancer is a second, because it's actually broken how well you can survive on that. That's the build I'd probably do for Necro in the hardcore, is like either I can do up to 2 builds without having to buy more slots. Well, 2 armor builds. It's 3 trait builds. So doing so I could do the Cleric's Minion Mancer Reaper and Cleric Minion Mancer Scourge, depending on circumstances. And then for NG, I'd probably say Hollowsmith or Scrapper. NG's a bit odd for me just because, like, it's the same with, like, Elementalist. Too many options with what it feels like not enough choices. It's kind of weird to say, but I do like Weaver on Elementalist because you get to, like, fuse the elements, which is kind of a cool mechanic. But yeah, it's but those 2 are probably the more complicated ones. Mesmer took me a while to get into, but I've come to really fucking love Virtuoso because I don't have to play the clone game. The clone game is the thing that confused me so much with Mesmers. Now I don't have to worry about it because Virtuosos don't use clones. They use illusionary blades. And I actually kind of prefer the Condi variant over the DPS variant, but they're both pretty fun. What else? Revenant. Oh, Revenant. Revenant has a lot to going for it. And Revenant's also the character I main throughout my entire time streaming Guild Wars 2. I made a new character and everything. So there's not a single build currently on my Revenant that was on my Revenant when I started streaming. None of the builds have lasted. They've all changed. In one way, shape, or form. And some class changes, like Renegade during this time, got completely overhauled. It made some worse, but some things better. But I would argue my favorite build is still my Dodge Boon Tank. They nerfed the shit out of it by changing just one single trait, but it's like permanent protection, permanent resolution, permanent resistance, and then I get more physical defense when I have resistance. I basically spam dodge, so you have the invincibility frames from that. It's like, and they made a trait so after a dodge you have 10% less, you take 10% less damage. It's insane. That entire build is crazy. But the same nerf they did also made me have to change some traits around, because I used to be able to just remove a Condi on every dodge, but now I had to get rid of the trait line that's in. So it's a bit annoying. Warrior. My favorite warrior build, so it's kind of a split here. I have always loved main hand mace berserker Condi. It's a very odd and irregular way to play, because mace is not a Condi weapon, but I just always fucking loved it. I also have a base warrior build that is just all CC. I remember when I developed this build, my friends fucking hated it, because during this time we would spar in the guild hall a lot, which is basically PvP but PvE rules. And the only way my friends could beat me was that they had to one of them had to specifically play warrior and had to use the Doliac signet, because it gives you 10 stacks of stability. That was the only way, because I had about like 7 CC skills out of 10. Or no, maybe I was 6 CC skills, but still, I had ridiculous amounts of CC on my character. And I basically just CC them straight to death. They just could not handle me. And then they would die. So that was my only counter, was the signet of, even trying a Spellbreaker variant didn't work, because Spellbreakers are all about boon stripping. And the thing is, though, I kind of learned that boon strips occur in a particular order of boons, and stability was always the last boon it would strip, which got really annoying, because it's like, oh, this skill can strip 3 boons. So my friend would have 4 boons up, with one of them being stability, and would just not have stability removed. So it was still a solid counter. And then so that's warriors. That's all the heavy armors, medium armors. Thief. I think Thief, it has to be, I think I have to go with my tried and true Daredevil Condi build. But I have to specifically emphasize, this is the only class I would ever specify a race for, because I actually use a racial ability, which no one ever uses, because in all honesty, they're not worth the long cooldowns they have. Because ArenaNet did not want the boon, or did not want racial skills to play a factor in the game. They wanted people to play the races they liked. They wanted to include racial skills, but didn't want racial skills to take over the meta, which is why they're so bad. And by bad, I mean, they're not bad, they just have crazy long cooldowns that go against the nature of the traits and skills. But Radiation Field applies poison and weakness to enemies. It also creates a poison field, which I can then use Dagger 3, or my Daredevil Condi dodge to activate a whirl effect in the poison field, which causes me to launch out more poison projectiles. Also, if I use my Dagger 4 skill, I start throwing poison daggers, additionally on top of what the skill already does. So there's a lot of utility with just that one skill, and it basically defined that character for me. When I narrowed down all my classes, so I had one main of every class, Daredevil or Thief was the only one I debated on, because at the time my Asura Thief was my Condi Thief, and my DPS Thief was my Sylvari Thief. My Sylvari Thief is actually older, and I've always thought he was cooler, but I just had more fonder moments with my Condi Thief, which is what made him my main thief. So that, and then Ranger. So, if you were to ask me previously, I would probably say some type of Soul Beast build, because I just like the idea of fusing with your pet. That is until I came to understand one particular trait. Poison's not actually that strong of a condition, to be perfectly honest. Poison's primary effect is it nerfs healing. If you're under poison, you heal for 1/3 less. So if you were to heal 3,000, you'd heal 2,000. That's poison's primary effect. It's not meant to be a strong condi. Like, bleed is the weakest condi, but it can be applied the easiest, which is why it can stack better. Poison nerfs healing. Torment does damage, but it does more damage if the target isn't moving. It used to be the other way around. Torment used to do more damage if the target was moving, but they switched that, I think, because NPCs generally don't tend to move a lot in combat. So, it was worse on players who constantly move around, but on NPCs it didn't do much, so they ended up switching it. Then you have Confusion, which is, in all honesty, very rarely applied. It's pretty much just Mesmers that do Confusion, amongst a few other traits outside of Mesmers. Mesmers, it's damage over time, while also dealing bits of damage every time you use an attack or skill. This is why Confusion is brutal on Thieves. Because unlike all other... So every class has a class mechanic. And Thieves' mechanic is the initiative system, which, just think of it like MP. It's the easiest way. Their weapon skills do not have cooldowns, unlike all the other 8 classes. They do not have cooldowns on their weapon skills. Instead, they have initiative costs. Basically meaning that as long as you have the initiative, you can spam a skill as much as you want. But if you're under Confusion, that's a death sentence. It's actually brutal. Confusion is the most deadly condition for Thieves, 100%. And then Burn is just, generally it's higher damage, but doesn't last as long. It's generally shorter, but even then, 1 second of Burn can generally out damage probably like 5 or 6 seconds of bleed. It's actually crazy. Some enemies, mostly in the base game, are immune to Burn though, such as Destroyers and Fire Elementals, but starting with a lot of the expansions, they kind of removed these immunities, I think, because certain classes like Guardian or Elementalist only have like basically 2 ways to deal Guardian basically only does Burn with a little bit of bleed, and Ellie has access to fire, water, air, and earth. Earth is bleed, fire is burn. So like you're basically, and fire's also the damage element, right? Fire's damage, water is healing, air is crit, and earth is defensive. So most people run fire because it does the most damage. So by continuing to make enemies immune to burn, you really kind of nerf these classes, especially in endgame content. So it does make that a bit annoying. So they kind of remove that aspect. But anyways, going back to Ranger, my build for Ranger now, my favorite Ranger build, is once I learned a bit more about Untamed. Untameds get a skill, their mechanic involves bouncing around this untamed element of, untamed corruption between their pet and themselves. When it's on you, there's a trait that makes it so when it comes to you, you unlock I think it's called Awakened skill, where basically your main weapon, your main attack skill transforms into sort of like a stealth attack, like that's kind of what it is. And it just does a super attack. Or like not really super attack, but just a unique attack. And I learned with the right gear how fucking broken Staff was. Which is crazy, because Staff is a support weapon. It's not a damage weapon at all. But holy fuck, I couldn't die. I was soloing champion enemies, which are basically enemies that require probably, like, in most cases, like, I would say at least minimum 3 people to fight. Just because the skill also healed me. It gave me protection, which reduces physical damage, blinds the enemy, which, if they're not a champ, if they don't have a break bar, makes them miss their next attack. And then there's a trait that makes it so when the corruption is on me, anytime I weapon swap, I refresh that skill, that attack. So I would just run dual stabs, and basically, so what that means is, like, I'm running a staff, and when I weapon swap, I just switch to another staff. It's a common tactic. Generally, it's used more for two-handed weapons, because you can put your main hand in the weapon in the first weapon build, and the second weapon in the second, and the offhand weapon in the second build, and you're still dual wielding, but you can basically weapon swap using only 2 weapons. But with this one, yeah, so I weapon swap with stabs. I also have more untamed builds that use the exact same concept. Where I have, sword, mace, because every sword untamed skill is a daze, so it's all about CCing. And then I have one for short bow, because it does a lot of condi, like poisons and torment and stuff. But the staff one was just crazy fun to use. So yeah, I'd probably say that build for Ranger. And then what am I forgetting with... No, that's all of them. Yeah. Went on a bit of a tangent there, but those are probably all my favorite builds with each class. Though, maybe I'll go a bit more on Ellie and NG. So, Engineer... I did have one... Oh, I don't want to talk about that, because I ended up removing it. But Hollowsmith has interesting potential if you can manage the heat aspect of the class. I hate Mechanist. It's a lazy class. I fucking hate it. God, it almost feels like it provides nothing. And then Scrapper can be fun too, though. You know what? I do have my favorite build. It's a Scrapper. They did nerf it recently, though, which makes me sad, but it still functions just differently. But basically, it was a flamethrower build. Engineers can use kits where they can switch to a gadget. Basically, a gadget kit, and it's like flamethrower, grenades, bombs, and it just changes your weapon skill around to match these aspects. And the flamethrower one, it's like, while holding flamethrower, you generate might and stability. And then there was a trait, there were 2 traits in Scrapper where it's like, when you have 10, or it's like, when you have stability, you generate might. And then there was another trait in the same Scrapper one where it's like, when you have 10 might, you generate stability. So it's basically just like permanently generating might and stability just by holding the flamethrower. And then there was another trait where it's like, when you have more than 5 might, you get fury. So I just sat there just maintaining boons just by holding something. I didn't even have to I didn't even have to do anything. I was just holding it, and I would be generating these boons indefinitely. They nerfed it, though, by kind of changing how the flamethrower trait worked. So it's a lot harder to maintain stuff now, but it's still possible. And then Ellie, I said that Weaver was my favorite, but wait, Weaver's probably is my favorite because it just feels the most simplistic. I would probably say my real favorite is, there's a few aura-based builds. But I'd probably go more inclined with... I had this build... It's a catalyst build that utilizes aura. And it's just kind of fun to use. I think I like the aura builds, though, because it actually makes me feel like I'm using my utility skills well. Ellie is definitely a class that I feel like I just don't... And the same, it's like, yeah. Because the Tempest aura skills you're using shouts, and the Catalyst aura skills you're using the signets. So it's like either way I feel like I'm using my utility skills, but on all the other classes I don't really feel like I'm using them. But outside of that, I do have another like boon related Catalyst build, which is kind of fun, where he just like max stacks a lot of boons. But yeah, I'd probably just say those. In a lot of cases with my main 9, I just made builds for the sake of filling up the slots, so they all have 9. And a lot of them, and when the next expansion comes out, I'm gonna have to fucking scrap at least one on all of them to use the new elite specs. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm still interested in the in this hardcore concept. But I don't know if I'd start it right away anyways, because, you know, with the intention of getting far, I don't particularly want to start this when the new expansion's gonna come out and introduce new mechanics, and also just straight up interrupt the flow of the game. Right? Now, if I remember correctly, let me look this up, because I think I still have the webpage here. Yeah, so they specifically said, says, according to the expansion announcement, the first quarterly release after the game's launch will not include new story or map. Instead, it will focus on updates to core systems and long-standing features. The second and third quarterly releases will each introduce a larger, more content-rich map and longer, more fully developed story than in previous mini expansions quarterly releases. So basically, when the expansion comes out in October, the first update won't actually include any new story or maps. So I theoretically could start this now. Because that quarter, October is... What quarter is October in? October's quarter 4, right? So the next update wouldn't be until like somewhere probably between January and March. Probably February. Right? So it would probably give me another few months before I'd really need to do anything. But yeah, it's there, yeah, but there's like, if I want to decide on my first character to run through, like the two that hit my head first are Revenant and Thief. Cause they have the best dodge utility, and from my own personal experience with Revenant is probably the best when it comes to just general survivability. I wouldn't want to run Diviners like I am, though. I'd probably want to try and run more towards Wanderers, because it gives me more toughness, but I'd have less boon duration, which is a real problem. But you'd have dodge. The dodge is what gives you protection and resolution. You'd also have your demon stance skill to get more resistance and resolution. You have trait-based endurance regeneration and the ability to get vigor relatively easily. And even maintain permanent vigor. I don't know if I'd run sword though, like I'm doing now. I might change the weapon around, because Fury would be nice, but it wouldn't really be necessary. I'd probably consider maybe more running staff, because staff has Condi cleanses on it. It has a heavy CC. It has a blind, a block, and I can heal small bits of HP on staff. So that sounds like it could be really cool too. There is also a trait that makes it so you can dodge to remove a status condition. There's a lot of potential with Rev. And I know that from my own experience. In terms of Thief, though, Thief's entire mechanic is dodge avoidance, or is damage avoidance. Thief's not a tanky class, but it knows how to dodge damage. There's an entire trait line just dedicated to dodging. Daredevil's entire mechanic is it gets a third dodge, and traits and bonuses based on how you want to dodge. Do you want an offensive dodge that boosts your strike damage? Do you want a twirling dodge that boosts your condi damage? Or do you want a dashing dodge that removes movement conditions while also making you take less damage? There's also another trait that makes it so dodging removes any damaging status or damaging conditions. There is a lot of utility. There's also traits from a more recent update that can give Thief access to Dark Aura easily, which reduces condition damage. So Thief I probably want to try Thief more than Vindicator, just because, or like Daredevil more than Vindicator, because Daredevil is really where the situation, Daredevil would be new. I've been playing Rev my entire time streaming the game. I'd like to kind of just try something new. And then Daredevil, right, and then there would be that. NG has really good abilities to generate energy, so NG would be really up there, but I'd have to figure out more about what I'd want. Like, I don't even know if I'd want, like, and in all honesty, as much as I hate the idea, I may have to run Mechanist. But Mechanists are an AFK class. And what I mean by that is Mechanists and Minion Mancers are basically two builds that, if done correctly, people can just leave AFK in certain areas and they will just keep killing enemies. And then basically just AFK farm loot from enemies. So it's really painful. That might have to be the choice, but additionally, weapon swapping is going to be a tricky mechanic to handle, depending on the class, because I need to be aware of projectile reflection, which some enemies can use. But I also need to be aware that I may need a ranged weapon at certain points. To make my life easier. Like, for one example is staff. If my ideal is to probably do the staff untamed, because I find that's super good. But there's also a good build on Soul Beast as well. That I'd probably make that an alternate build, just because I use that one too. It can basically not only generate protection really easily, but can also make protection also provide the same level of condition resistance that resolution provides, basically making protection a dual boon, which is really good. And it's so that would be an idea to run as well, as an alternate option. But both of them would need to like, staff isn't a bad weapon because staff isn't, its main attack isn't a projectile, it's a beam, meaning that it's ranged, that doesn't have to worry about projectile reflection. The same with like Mesmer Greatsword, right? So my Mesmer is probably running Greatsword too. Like, even in the worst case scenario where I don't use my skills because they might be projectiles, I can still just use the main attack. And based on certain classes, like too, like NG, I can just use a kit. Like AoEs generally don't count as projectiles, so I could use like grenades, or I could use the mortar gun. So I don't, especially since NGs can't weapon swap in combat anyways, same with Ellie's. So I'd have to be very careful about how I'd want to run that. But yeah, anyway. Maybe we should actually play some Ni no Kuni for once. Instead of just hearing me gab about a potential Guild Wars 2 challenge that I want to do. Where am I? Oh, I see. I can be very good at psychoanalyzing games. But the thing is, I do it in fun ways. Like, I literally messaged my friend Ray about, like, how I should go about this. And the first thing she said back to me was, you'd be better at this because you know how to play around with the classes. Those are her exact words. I even asked a friend who is also pretty good at creating some creative builds. I said, like, who do you think is honestly better, you or me? And he goes, you, 100%. I go, why? And he goes, because you don't look at traits like most do, right? You look at a trait and you're like, how can I make that useful? Like, you don't say no to traits because they look bad. You just think of ways to make it useful. What am I to do? I'm in deep trouble, of that I'm certain.
Excuse me?
You alright? You seem worried about something. Indeed I am. Terribly worried. I've committed a terrible transgression. I was caught fishing out of bounds. What do you mean exactly? It means he went fishing where he wasn't supposed to. Of course it does. Well, you should have known better, ain't it? I expect you're for it now, mun. I know. There's an accident, I promise, an accident, nothing more. My hand slipped and I dropped my line in the ocean by accident. That was all, I mean. But a mean-looking mer woman had been pursuing me ever since. Crikey, it must have spotted you with that eye or something. It's unlucky. So, I'm desperate to explain myself, but she's terrifying. Could you perhaps speak with her and make her see that it was merely an unfortunate incident? Promise never to do it again? Of course, I simply wish to put this awful episode behind me, that's all. Well, alright then. But just this once. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm forever in your debt. Last time I saw my pursuer was in Nudis Harbor. Her light green outfit makes her easy enough to recognize. Please allow me to thank you once again for your kindness and understanding in this matter. It is 100%. This is 100% just a situation of she likes him. 100%. Considering this nation all but recently banned love, 100%. Like, to also point out, like, how I am at building teams, it's like, in Genshin, a lot of people just play meta, use meta characters, and then that's that. To me, I don't play meta characters. I just play fun little character combinations that can work. Right? I also never repeat the same character in a different build. So that way, like, let's be real here. I have, like, let's say it's like I have 30, 40 characters on my account. Why am I only going to use 8 of them? Right? Like, I want to use as many of them as I can. Are you alright? No good. I can't make out a word he's saying. Wait, you're Neris, are you not? The musician? Musician, really? Yes. Oh, yes. Nereus is one of the most celebrated singers in all of Hydropolis. His works have brought solace to the heart of thousands over the years. Alas, he has not produced any new music for a long while. In fact, he stopped rather abruptly. No one knows why, but even Queen Nerea is rather distraught. My voice, the witch. Witch, did you say? Witch? Nurse, do you mean to say Did a witch steal your voice and prevent you from singing? Is that what happened? Stealing the voice of the one who lives to sing is an act of unspeakable cruelty. Whoever is responsible must be made to pay. You're correct. Let's go kill Ursula. That's who did it, right? Don't worry, we'll get your voice back for you. Now you know... Do you know where this witch is meant... This crypt. Script? Yes, I know of it. Situated on the island of Macronos, not far away from Hydropolis itself. We must venture there, Evan, and recover his voice. Alright, let's go. Oh, I forgot, by the way. There's one other cheat I need to turn on here. Leveling is really bad in this game, so I use a multiplier cheat. Now. The guy that was in that cutscene, with the glasses, Leander, when he joined my team, he was level 33. Everyone else in my party was 27. And even then, when I fought the boss, I think the boss was level, like, 40 or 42. So, yeah, like, my crew is becoming ridiculously underleveled. The problem, though, with this game is it's really hard to tell when you're over-leveled because the game has vastly wild levels in a region. Oh, there's a level 31 enemy. Oh, there's a level 39 enemy. But then you enter the battle, it's level 39. The rest of the enemies are like 33. So you don't really have any perspective over what level you should be. Oh. We got pictures here. Diary dating disaster. I headed to Hydropolis intent on witnessing Queen Nerea's beauty up close, but someone else ended up catching my eye. Speak of the fair Lycorius. I bounded up to her, eager to make her acquaintance, but she put me in an arm lock and had me ejected. What a woman! So it's safe to say she's no fan of yours. Well, perhaps one could say that, yes. I've always thought merfolk were beautiful. Lycorius is particularly striking. Marching into the palace was brave indeed. Oh, I spent 3 days in the dungeons. Goodness, your commitment is impressive. Isn't up because there's one more big thing. Oh yeah, the fucking... Wow, Goldpaw and Hydropolis. Do you have any people I can recruit now that I've done the Hydropolis chapter? Oh my god, there's so many people here. How many points is this? Uh, 30 plus 29 plus 32 plus 20 plus 22 plus 24 plus 16. Alright, 173. So I need about 100 points. Some of these I can do just right away. They already have the materials. And then I'll take all the quests that require slaying something. Hello, Israel! You didn't miss much, just me ranting on about a potential new challenge in Guild Wars 2 and my love for the game and my favorite builds of each classes. Probably did that for about an hour before actually starting to play the game I'm streaming. I'm just thinking of doing a hardcore playthrough of Guild Wars 2 where I do yes, I finished it. I'm doing side quests after the fact now. I was just thinking of doing hardcore Guild Wars 2 open world and story and just seeing how far I can get with each class without dying. I'm Pontus, the finest oceanographer in all of Hydropolis. I know all there is to know about things oceanic. Crikey, you're not short on confidence, are you?
Hey!
And why would I be? I am a genius. So much so that I already know exactly why you have approached me. You wish to become my assistant, do you not?
What?
Your assistant, Alas, I received countless applications such as yours. This being so, I must separate the wheat from the chaff. You must complete the challenges I set you and prove you're worthy of this prestigious role. Challenge 1. Find a venomous fish and bring it to me.
What the flip?
Hang about, man. We're starting already?
Hmm.
Poisonous fish, now that really is a challenge. Well, I already have 2 fishes here. Are both of them poisonous? Really do not believe this creature to be venomous. Of course not. Okay, well, neither of the fish I possess are venomous. Okay. Once again, I'm going to reiterate how cute the pink armor looks on the generic merfolk warrior model. Whoever designed this deserves like 17 thumbs ups. Any named character with a unique appearance outside of royalty is generally going to join your kingdom. So, like this girl here. She named? Yep, so she's gonna join our kingdom. Why do I feel so powerless? How can I myself become a heroine if I'm unable to help those in need? A heroine?
Oh.
What? Who said that? Oh, it was you. Please, you must not surprise me in the manner in which I'm deep in thought.
Oh.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. My name's Heaven.
Yeah.
Nice to make your acquaintance. My name is Lucretius. I'm a guard here at the palace. I may not be the biggest, but my skill with the spear makes up for my lack of stature. Oh, you use a spear? You know, we could really do with someone like you over in our new kingdom. Why don't you come and join us? I'm honored, but I must refuse. You see, for all my bluster, I fear I would be of little use to your kingdom. Really? What do you mean? Of late, my citizens of Hydropolis have spoken of a frightening monster that has been causing chaos. A monster? That's terrible. Someone needs to go and deal with it right away. My sentiments exactly. What would I myself be able to go and put an end to the murderous rampage? Alas, it is impossible. I am a palace guard, you see. My duty is to remain here and ensure that the Queen Nereia comes to no harm. And you want to go and help these people, but you're duty bound to stay here and guard the palace? That does sound like a rather tricky situation.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a girl, I wanted to become a heroine, to rescue people from the clutches of evil. In fact, that is precisely why I took this job. Little did I know it would in fact render me incapable of assisting people in their hour of need. I have an idea. Why don't we go and deal with the monster for you, Lucretius? It is kind of you to offer, but I must advise you not to attempt something so reckless. I would never forgive myself if you were injured. Oh, we'll be fine, don't worry. Now you can tell us where the monster is? It has most often been seen terrorizing the area around Macronos, I believe. But do you really mean what you say? Are you truly intending to go fight it? Of course we are. We'll take care of it and report back to you right away. By the way, Lizrael, I added another cheat to the list. I now use an experience cheat because I found myself falling behind in experience. So I used it to really catch back up, and now I think I'm a bit over, but I'm basically setting it to ×3, and if I get too high, I'll just turn it off. It's you, boy from my dream. Please take me with you.
Oh!
Wait, what are you doing? I might actually do that with Neptunia. And like if there's the ability to do it, instead of just like, because I said with Neptunia I was just gonna cheat my way through because grinding is a pain in the ass. But if I can instead just cheat the experience to mitigate the grind, then that might be more worthwhile. I'll say though, the third Neptunia game actually can get really broken if you use the infinite items cheat. So what makes that so broken is the Neptune that when you play as Neptune in the tutorial, you are given basically an end game weapon, but it fits only for that world in the tutorial. When you get pulled out, you realize your level has reset. Or is this the second game? I don't know. Your level's reset and the weapon's been removed. But if you have infinite weapons, it only takes out one of the weapon. So you still like 98 of it. But only Neptune can wield it. So it's not like that fully breaks the game. But it just makes Neptune absolutely fucking broken in the game. Because the weapon contains like most of your attack stat. So it's like, oh, my attack is 30 plus a 300 attack weapon that is generally designed around late game. You're one-shotting everything as Neptune. 1 second here. Spoke to you in your dream.
Huh?
Billy, my child. You say you heard her voice in your dream, the voice of a boy telling you to awaken and follow him?
Yes.
Yes, Sister Colorina. But my dear child, that was your brother's voice. You overslept, did you not? He was attempting to ensure that you would not be late for prayers. I do not believe it. Certain they had received the message from the gods at last.
Excuse me?
Alright, I'm not sure I quite understand what's happening here.
Yes.
No surprise, this must all be rather alien to one unfamiliar with the ways of Hydropolis. My name is Calianaria. I'm a priestess, and this is Spelio, my apprentice. While our skills pale in comparison to those of Queen Nerea, we do share some of the same abilities, among them the power to communicate with the gods and with nature. It is our duty to use these powers for good. Crikey, there's virtuous. But the dream of the little one talking about sounds like it wasn't the real deal, eh? Fortunately not. Feo has yet to complete her training. Her abilities must be honed further before she's fully able to communicate with the heavens. Yeah. Sister... I'm just gonna say Callie. I'm not gonna say that name the whole time. Sister Callie is correct, of course. I still have much to learn, but I am determined to learn it. I want to help people. I want to help you, King Evan, just as Queen Nerea has instructed us to. Nerea told you to help me? Gosh. Sister Callie, is Speo close to completing her training? What does she need to do? I can help at all. I'd be more than happy to. It's most magnanimous of you, Your Majesty. Situation is as follows. The priestess cannot be ordained until she has heard the whispers that emanate from the seashell known as the sea god's trumpet. Alas, the labyrinth in which the trumpet is kept has become terribly dangerous. Since you have offered help, perhaps you would be good as to accompany Speo there. Be honored. Well, Speo, shall we? Yes, I find the trumpet I will find the trumpet, and I will become a fine, upstanding priestess, dedicated to serving you, King Evan.
Hey there.
Alright, we got people on the side there.
Good day to you.
Well, I feel like that's more of a game mechanical issue. Greetings, young sir. Welcome to the Daimien Kamiya, where the finest refreshments in all of Hydropolis are to be found. You appear to have come from a faraway kingdom, in which case it would be an absolute tragedy if you were to return without dining with us. It's like Evan Munn. I like the sound of that, Evan Munn. Let's fill our bellies by your... before we even think about anything else in this. It would be a shame not to sample some of the local cuisine while we're here. I know. We'll have two of whatever you recommend. You know, I would recommend the Medusa's hair paste, or hair pasta, especially to first-time visitors, but I'm sorry to say we're currently sold out. What? Sold out, man! After all the song and dance about how this place is the best for miles around, you tell me we can't have the house special? I mean, it pains me to be unable to serve it to you, but without the necessary ingredients, there's little we can do. Of course, if you bring them to us, we could offer a reward in addition to a delicious meal. Mean it? No word to lie, like? Absolutely, I would never lie about matters of such importance. So then, that's that. Ain't it, Evan? Let's go and get her the ingredients she needs so we can get a crack on the hairy pasta nonsense. Alright. Wonderful. Now, first thing we need is some stoctopuses. 3, in fact. Stoctopuses? What's the matter, Evan Munn? You're not scared of them, are you? To be honest, I am rather. It's the way their tentacles wriggle. Don't worry, they'll all be able to eat them if they're mixed up in a nice sauce, I think. Well, if you don't like the look of yours when it comes, I'll be happy to scoff it for you. Waste not, want not, ain't it? That's not fair. Anyway, as I say, I'll be able to eat it, I'm sure. I can assure you that you will. Now I will await you here. Remember this 3 stoctopuses. Is he gone? Why must he insist on continuing to run from me?
Excuse me?
Excuse me. Would you mind if we had a quick word? Fine, but I must warn you, I'm not pleasantly in the best of moods. Whatever you have to say, I would advise you to keep it short. Right, well, someone's asking me to explain an unfortunate incident. You see, his hand slipped and the line went into the water accidentally. He didn't mean to go fishing where he wasn't supposed to. Forgive me, I don't understand. A fisherman wishes to explain himself to me? Yes, he's very keen to know that he didn't mean to go fishing out of bounds. I think I understand. You can tell your friend not to worry. I'm no palace guard or fisheries enforcer. I think there has been an unfortunate misunderstanding. What? Really? I do not condone what he did, of course. The fishing restrictions are in place for a reason. But if he is to say it was an accident, I believe him. Not that it is any business of mine either way. My concern was not that where he fished, but what he fished with. Found his hook and tackle in the water. The craftsmanship is exquisite. This beautiful object should not be wasted on fish. I was to ask him where he buy his gear so that I might purchase 2 such hooks to wear as earrings. Oh, I see. That's why you were following him everywhere. Indeed. Could you perhaps speak to him and reassure him that I bear no ill will, and perhaps ask where he buys his hooks while you're there? Of course. I'm sure he'll be very relieved to hear he's not going to be punished. Thank you very much. I should look forward to hearing what he has to say. Okay, so it's not love, it's just accessories. Be surprised, but let's be real here, a girl's got to accessorize. Oh, woe is me. Why will this dark fog that engulfs my heart not clear? You alright? You look a little troubled. I'm afraid you are correct. You see, I have of late found myself consumed with the desire to become closer to a fisherman named Gallius. And have you told him this? Oh, of course not. My heart would tear itself in two were to force myself to make such a confession. Gosh, so what are you gonna do? Why my days and nights are, which is why I do not know, which is why my days and nights are filled with endless sorrow and confusion. I am a diver and he is a fisherman, so we often encounter each other out upon the ocean. Unless he appears to be a rather taciturn man, we've never exchanged so much as a polite word. Oh, if only I knew how he felt about me. At this rate, I feared that I shall drive myself mad, attempting to guess his true intentions. Would you like me to go and talk to him for you? You would do such a thing? Oh, that would be wonderful. Simply wonderful. Please, he must not know that you're asking on my behalf. You must be tactful, I beg you. Big news about Sibylla? That's right. I need to know what kind of person she is. Would you tell me what you think of her? Well, let's see. She's a good worker, despite her youth. She's both diligent and passionate, I would say. See, and anything else? Well, I believe her to be a considerate soul. She always shows great attentiveness to her colleagues' needs. Is that all? Spent a lot of time working together out at sea. You must have more than that to say about her. If you wish to know more about her, you should ask someone else. I'm busy. I must prepare the boats for tomorrow. Oh, alright, sorry. I think Glacius has any idea how Sibylla feels about him. The worker? That's not what... It's what guy... Galcus said about? Said? Oh. It is as I feared. I am nothing more than a colleague to him. I don't know if that's entirely true. If only there is a way of really grabbing his attention. Grabbing his attention, you say? Yes. Yes, I have it. I shall use my secret talent. The same one my mother was so famed for in her youth. Your secret talent? What is it? Cookery, of course. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, is it not? This is surely true for all men of all races. Certainly true for my father. That is, if my mother is to be believed. Sounds like a wonderful plan. Cook something tasty for him, and Glaucus is sure to start seeing you in a different light. You'll let me know there's anything I can do to help, won't you? Well, as a matter of fact, you'd be so good as to bring me a cutty fish. That'd be most helpful indeed. They're in season at the moment. I have a feeling the glassy would be rather fond of their flavor. Certainly see one cutty fish coming right up. Alright, now the quest changes. Oh, sorry. Not that I'm tired. I yawn, as I've said before, I yawn a lot when I read. Alright, let's get back to the entrance here. And we can go and kill Ursula. Or this Ursula knockoff or whatever.
All right.
I'll say Lizrael too. That there's another problem with this game I have. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I don't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, no, I do remember. I don't really like the battle tweaker because a lot of cases where it's most useful, which I would argue are boss fights, you don't really know what you're getting into until you actually encounter the boss fight. And you can't change anything mid-fight. Like when I fought that Thunder Gorilla, it would have been great to be able to, you know... Oh, probably should fix this. Like, I could have done... Oh, no, not this one, sorry. What does lightning classify as in this game? Is it air or light? But even then, I still could have done this one to make him more vulnerable, make me do more damage to, you know, them. There. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same, like, this one in the bottom corner is the best I find. Because this one isn't really, Because it, like, this you can get without any negatives, right? But, like, these ones, like, it's annoying that you can't use them in battle, but a lot of cases where it would be useful, you don't know what you're getting into. Like, how are you telling me how to strategize against enemies I don't have information about? Right? Like, isn't that such a bullshit idea? Hey, there's a boss fight coming up. You should use your tactic tweaker to prepare for it. Okay, anything I should know about the fight so I can accurately use the tactic tweaker properly? Like, is it a fire enemy? Is it a golem? Is it a slime? Oh, you're gonna have to encounter the boss to do that, to find that out. Oh, okay, but I can't use the tactic tweaker in combat. I know. So, wait, you're asking me to use the tactic tweaker to tactically fight enemies easier, but you won't tell me anything about the fight I need to tactically prepare for. Correct. But how am I supposed to prepare for a boss that I don't know anything about? Oh, that just sounds like a you problem. What are you talking about?
Shall we? Eat this.
Like, I feel like that's legitimately... The problem is with your load up the save, Lizreal, is you also can't do that mid-combat. The only way to, like, legitimately load up the save would be to straight up, you have to shut off the game. Like, I can't, like, here I can do this and quit the game. But you can't do that in combat. I have to Alt F4 the game.
Have at ye, dog! Shall we? Eat this!
It's still dumb, though, like, to have to Alt F4 to relaunch the game.
Have at ye, dog! Here goes!
Defeated 1,000 enemies. Soldier King.
Shall we? Here goes!
Goodbye. I tell you, those enemies are one thing, but that one particular one I just killed gave me some horrendous Kingdom Hearts flashbacks. Guy literally looks like they just decided to take Dance Water Dance to another level. Why do I have a block button when it doesn't work half the time? I already know it severely mitigates damage. Like, no joke, I blocked the attack there, I took like 10% of the damage. But like, when half the enemies you want to block literally just bat you aside, like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. A cat wandered in and is laying very comfortably on the floor of my room. What do you want, Merlin? What do you want? Give you some scratches? Oh, stretch. 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 Oh. What? I'm not gonna keep scratching you. I have things to do. Hey, you're pissed. You look like you're pissed because I stopped scratching you. That's a you problem, buddy.
I am counting on you all. Eat this. goes nothing. Here goes.
Seeing the horned one with my very own eyes, it was 2,000 years ago. His size was beyond imagining. He cast a great shadow over all of Nazca, and he set forth a wave of pure energy that rent the sea in two. I had to remember nothing.
Watch your backs.
All right. Hoya! Take. Goodbye. Sorry. Government alert system went off. I'll probably get it again in like 5 minutes when they include the French version, because that's generally how they work. They send out the notice immediately, and then when there's a French version, and then like 5 minutes later, they include the whole thing, but with the French translation. Hey, look at that. The game actually gave me information, such as what its element type, what its classification type is. I have no idea what its element type is, but at the very least I can do more damage against it. Who are you? And how dare you interrupt my special time with my beloved? Remind who you are. Are you the witch who stole Nereus' voice? Yeah, I certainly am. But it is mine now. Mine and mine alone. I cannot be without the dulcet tones of my beloved.
Excuse me?
Not yours. It belongs to Nereus. You have to give it back to him. He lives to sing, but he's not able to because of you. Call him your beloved, but if you truly loved him, you would restore to him what is rightfully his. Fools, what reason have I to give it back? I wanted my beloved's beautiful voice all to myself, and that is exactly what I have. How dare you? It is all that I love in the world. I would not part with it for anything except perhaps your lives. Certainly not going to agree to that. Well then, your only hope for helping him is to dispose of me altogether. My curse and my soul are intertwined, you see. That's not going to happen, of course. What is going to happen is I shall steal your voices also and add them to my collection.
You ready for this? Here goes.
1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry, that alert was going off in my roommate's room, but for some reason it was triggering like a text-to-speech, and I could just hear it like repeating itself.
Here goes. Wait, drop this.
It is leaving me. All is leaving me. My body, his voice. Is free more. The darkness has lifted. Sun shines again. Sing, Nereus, sing. You know, I think she really might have loved him. Come, Evan. We must return to Nereus and see if the witch's curse has truly been lifted. You're right. Let's hurry back. Look, I know you want food. There's no food. Like, there is no food. It's probably getting brought home tonight, but there is no food right now. Stop being a glutton and requesting food 17 times a day, and maybe the food lasts longer, Merlin. The other cat doesn't ask for food that much. Weird. Alright, well, let me see what other quests I can do here.
Excuse me?
Where is the sun god's trumpet then, Spillo? Mr. Kali told me I would be able to sense the presence of the trumpet when I drew near. Not sensing anything. The ghosts of the countless soldiers who perished here are interfering with my powers. In that case, you better take care of them before anything else. Probably won't be an easy battle, but we'll come out on top. Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall pray for a swift and successful resolution to the conflict. Okay, another one of these. Hooray. Yes, we'll do it. Gonna do that just out of the spear now. I didn't actually realize I had as many forces on my team.
Hey! Forward march! Forward square! Surprised at my strength! Stay strong! Hey!
Follow my lead.
Surprised at my strength!
Plenty more where that came from.
Oh, absolutely. I just wanted to add a spear user. I didn't need 2 ranged units. And there's a glitch with the power I have that makes it so if I use, what is it, Mighty's power, it basically like
They'll be singing my name over this.
then it basically never ends. So basically it can just, like, the first time I used it, I effectively only had 3 units. Man, it's so interesting that there are so many ghost soldiers here we have to kill, but there don't exist to be any of them outside of the skirmishes. Isn't that an odd circumstance? This is Seago Trumpet. Well, what is it telling you? Cannot hear anything. Nothing at all. What am I to do, your majesty? Despite your best efforts on my behalf, it appears I am not yet worthy to become a priestess. Alright, Spellio. I'm sure there's something we can do. Why don't we take the trumpet back to Sister Callie? I'm sure she'll be able to help. I'm changing something around here, though. What? One sec. I'm gonna get a drink out of my fridge. He's even still good. Best before July 2025. It's chocolate. I'm sure I'm not gonna die if I eat something 1 month past date. That's been in the fridge the whole time. You know what I might do? I'm going to save these candies, not use them at all. And when I get to one of the DLCs, like once I beat the main story, not only will I like max out my level, but I'll turn on infinite items and just max out everyone's stats. Just for fun. I'll make a second save before I do it so as to not ruin the legitimate file. But I kind of just want to do it for fun. I just want to see like how broken I would be if I maxed out all my stats.
Prepare to be boarded. Here goes. Make yourselves useful. Here goes. Need a little help here. Don't let me down. Here goes.
Champions ring. Slightly strengthens all attacks. Ooh. I'll give it to you. You seem to have the most, oh, let's see what's free this week on the Epic Games Store. Hamaru of Frog Rescue. And Strange Horticultural. Or Horticulture. This is about... It's about just shy of $40 Canadian that I get for free. Angel, hello! Can I please find a venomous fish, please? Not bad. I spent the first hour of the stream just rambling about Guild Wars 2, so I didn't really get much done in the game. That sounds pretty good. Hope it was a nice nap. Can I find a venomous fish, please? How am I over the depths of the ocean still picking up coral? Oh, that might actually be poisonous, the devilish fish. Did you find her? Explain my situation? Okay. Turns out she was all just a big misunderstanding. She found your fishing line and really liked the hook you were using. I wanted to ask you where you got it so she could buy it and wear some earrings. I make all my hooks myself. She wants to wear them as accessories, you say? So your handiwork, was it? You ever guessed? None. I mean, you said you were a bit of the clumsy sort of, to be honest, but with everything we've heard so far... One second, sorry. Nope. I'm just throwing out some stuff. Oh, I have long had an interest in intricate handcraft. It's rare indeed for my work to be praised. It is, well, it's rather a curious sensation. I mean, the important thing is she's not at all angry. Why don't you go and speak with her yourself? It sounds as though you might have plenty to talk about. Well, hope you find something. I don't know what to suggest. To her? To an admirer? Oh no. No such a thing is impossible.
Flippin' heck, man!
Flippin' heck, man. Pull yourself together. A girl says she likes your work and you're just gonna hide out by her till she goes away, is it? Oh, of course not. I must speak with her. I've never met someone who cares for the items I produce. This is a golden opportunity. This may change my life. I wouldn't get your hopes up too high just yet. You haven't even met her. Too right, man. The rest of your life starts here, ain't it? Now, if you're gonna do this, why not make her a little something to say thanks for being a fan? I mean, you already know what she likes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is exactly the idea. She'll make her a pair of earrings. Here's beautiful. Now you'd best get cracking. She's not gonna hang around and be waiting forever. The poor man too carried away, Lofty. I'm sure he's ready for all. Please do not censor your little friend. He has my best interests at heart, I'm sure of it. Order to craft a pair of earrings from new. I first must gather the required materials. Could you help me? Perhaps bring me 3 gold nuggets? The work can get underway.
What?
But look, I really think you should be getting ahead of yourself. Surely you should talk to her before sending us to. Please, you must not disturb a craftsman at work. Making earrings requires intense concentration. I intend for these to be my finest pieces yet. Alright, go and get your 3 gold nuggets, but only because I'm curious about how this is going to work out. This is the very last errand I'm running for you, alright? My 3 gold nuggets. These are perfect. With these, I can make the earrings of her dreams. I'm happy to hear it. Now, if you don't mind, I'll leave you to it. Alright. Just be the first to see them when they are completed. After all, you're instrumental in their production. It will take no more than 10 hours to do or so. Having a laugh, man? You've got nothing better to do than stand around and watch me banging some bits of metal together for 10 flippin' hours?
Hey.
Diggy, you take a seat and wait for me to finish. Results will be worth it, I assure you.
Ah.
Oh, it's you.
Oh.
How did you, I mean, what are you, wow. I might deliver a message, but I received no response. After a while, I grew tired of waiting. How did I find you? Why, I simply followed the boy, of course. As you know, I have a habit of following people.
Oi.
Come onto my lap, okay? Be a lap kitty for a little bit. Hello, Elaine! You can be a lap kitty. A lap kitty. You're not gonna stay on my lap, though, for like longer than 5 seconds, but as long as I hold you and pet you for now, you'll stay. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Yes, I do, I love you. Oh, you're a cute kitty. Oh, you're purring now. You're a happy kitty. You're a happy kitty. You're a happy kitty. You're a happy kitty. Happy kitty. Happy kitty cat. Where you go? She's taking matters into her own hands. Look like our work here is done. Alright, Lofty, you should probably leave him to it. Oh, it may be a love thing. This is the start anyways.
Thanks very much.
King Evan, Archon Leander, thank you. The witch's curse has been lifted. My voice has returned. It's wonderful news, Nereus. Depth of gratitude I feel is truly beyond description. Thought I would never sing again.
If I may be so bold.
What passed between you and the witch, Nereus? That would lead her to curse you in such a manner. I visited that accursed cave many years ago, and there was a beautiful young sorceress. Though I knew she was not human, she seemed enchanted by my songs, so I sang with all my heart. Though our time together has been pleasant, I could not stay forever. But when I announced that I must return to Hydropolis, she flew into an uncontrollable rage. Told me if I wanted to leave, I would have to do so without my voice. My only other choice was to live the rest of my days there with her. Upon hearing this, I panicked and fled. The witch was true to her word. Her curse descended upon me like a dark fog as soon as I left the cave. My voice gone, she had stolen it. Something puzzled me. Why had she not killed me? I returned there to try and gather the courage to ask, but the sound of her wailing, I fled again. I hate you. Never darken my door again. So I hid myself away from the company of men. My grief at the loss of my voice, my soul was all-consuming. Eris, that's terrible. That is why you disappeared so suddenly.
Yeah.
It is. But when I heard of the changes that were afoot in Hydropolis, of how time almost seemed to have begun moving again, I was overcome with curiosity. I had come to see it for myself. Now I owe you everything. Truly, you have given me back my life. Is there anything I can do in return to return your kindness? Please, you need only say the word. Well, you consider coming to live in Evermore. That's my kingdom.
Thanks.
Nothing would please me more. I shall join you there and sing your praises from dawn till dusk. Of course, I can sing other things too, if you would prefer. Now that my voice has returned, nothing is beyond me. Sounds wonderful, Nereus. Can't wait to hear you sing. What? Oh, straight face XD no? What? What's the no for?
Welcome to Swift Solutions.
Oh, by the way,
Apparently I can just buy a puffer fish from the store for 1,000. Stop doing that. You're gonna get hair all over my fan. So many things for you to rub up against. Why, oh why does my fan have to be one of them? This is something weird there.
Hey there. See you. Welcome. What will it be today? Please come again.
Might have to buy it from my castle town.
What? Crevens?
Come to do some shopping, eh?
Oh.
What else can I do? I'll be seeing you again then.
It's actually in the town. It's the one over to the side of town.
Welcome. Do you require anything else? Come again.
Alright, here you go.
All right. Sure.
We're all done. Yes, the bluntfish is curious, dangerous creature. The more it is angered, the larger it becomes.
Yeah.
Number 2, bring me a piece of poisonous coral. Poisonous coral. Have I seen something like that, I wonder?
Hello. Yeah.
You continue to impress me. Pinkish coral garnishes colors have been prized species among coral collectors despite its poisonous spines. Coral collectors, and I've heard everything now.
Hey.
Well, time for your final challenge. Bring me a piece of seawood that is silky. One might use as a so silky one might use as a scarf. There's seaweed. Indeed it is most impressive. Sea silk is a beautiful sight, as well as a highly versatile ingredient prized by cooks the world over. You've successfully completed all my challenges, which can only mean that you are almost as great a lover of the ocean life as I am. You will make a perfect assistant. I'm certain we will conduct some highly thought-provoking research together. About that, how would you feel about coming to do it in my kingdom? Intriguing proposition. Yes! Friend, you are almost as much of a genius as I. I had only just been thinking that I would dearly love to examine the oceans of a foreign land. Not be long before I have researched all the world's aquatic life forms. Of that I am certain. If I'm honest, I prefer eating fish to researching them, but I won't tell him that. There's no reason you can't do both, man. Why not conduct some research into which fish is the tastiest? Anyway, looks like we got ourselves a new citizen. I cannot believe it. You defeated the ferocious beast, just as you said you would. Evan, you're truly magnificent. Oh, I just did my best, that's all. Magnificent and modest. Do you know, Evan, meeting you has made me realize something important. Really, what's that? If I'm to be a true heroine, I must go to the aid of those in peril, no matter what my circumstances may be. And I must fight with all my heart and rescue them. There can be no excuses. I've spent so long ignoring the cries of the needy, all in the name of work and duty. And that's not your fault. I mean, you've got a job to do. I can't ignore their cries no longer. I've come and made a decision. I'm going to come with you to your kingdom and lead the heroic life I have always dreamed of. Oh, really? Oh, that's great. You're going to be a real heroine. I just know it. Greatest heroine in all the Heartlands. Well, I shall prepare to leave immediately by sharpening my spear in the name of justice. Oh, you know what? I'll take that. Why not? Boost attack power? Sure. Mr. Callie, I have retrieved the Sea God's trumpet. Huh? Welcome back. It is a relief to say, but wait, something's missing. What's wrong, my child? Thing is, Speo couldn't seem to hear anything from the Sea God's trumpet. No voices or anything. We were wondering if you might be able to help. I'm afraid the trumpet appears to have lost its power. But how could such a thing have happened? Does that mean I'm destined to never become a priestess? It has been 3 centuries since an inspiring priestess last ventured to the labyrinth. It would not be out of the question for the sea god's trumpet to have degenerated in the intervening years. 3 centuries, of course. Well, time was repeating in Hydropolis. Outside the kingdom, everything was carrying on as normal. If only there were some magical means of turning back time. Trumpet's powers might be restored. Turn back time. Wait. Evan Munn, you think what I'm thinking?
All right.
We can get the trumpet back to her old self, shall we? Let's rejuvenate, and the trumpet's powers return. Gods, look, the trumpet is restored. Does this mean you can hear something inside? Yes, I hear it. My child, you must listen. You must soothe the ills of the world. You must follow the path set out by your savior. Sister Callie, the gods are telling me I must go with King Evan, are they not? Indeed they are, my child. You read your message well. You said that you wish to be a fine, upstanding priestess. That is precisely what you have become. Well, King Evan, I think our young friend would be a fine asset to your kingdom. Do you not agree? I do. Will you come with us, Speo? I would enjoy nothing more. I will not let you down, your majesty. In fact, I promise to exceed your every expectation. I'm gonna check my equipment here, because I have been... Oh, I did get a new spear. Where are the fang fish? Where's the fang fish? It's on the island with the ghosts. Oh, this one's it's a skirmish battle, I see. So I'm assuming it's that skirmish battle that's over there. So what I'm doing is I'm doing things that require me. So right now I'm doing these like side quests that get me a unique currency to unlock more towns members.
Good luck, troops. Can't afford to lose. The tide has turned in our favor. Stealing is everything to me.
Getting the better of me! Dare you!
Can't afford to lose.
Rude.
Dare you! There's plenty more where that came from! Getting the better of me!
Evan. This should work.
You youngsters could not get the better of me! They'll be singing me name over this!
Can't afford to lose.
Goodbye.
For the sky pirate!
Ready? Yes. Now victory. Yes.
Evan Morian army is growing. Wait, what? It says errands won't show up on the map. Wait, what's this? Oh, it's one of these things. Never mind. I didn't even need to do that.
Watch your backs.
Hi.
Here goes. Here goes.
We win. Alright, that quest is done. What are these things called? Because these don't show up on the map, and I'm wondering if I can just find a wiki page that shows them all errands. Ni no Kuni to errands. I hate you. Ni no Kuni to errands. Might be better if you don't, if you actually erase the, just gonna have to search this by enemy, aren't I? Alright. Whamster. Ni no Kuni to. Whamster. Ranger. Rolling Hills and Cloud Coil Canyon.
Bombs! Shall we?
There's 4.
goes nothing.
Just shot the bird right into the air. Perfect. I only need 2 more. I see bangers, but not prangers. Oh, I see 1 pranger there.
Shall we? I am counting on you all.
And I got this one done too. Grimchilla Clashers. Just outside of Gold Paw.
Here goes nothing. Weakness.
Alright, how many did I get there?
Here goes nothing.
I'm still at 0 out of 8 on these things. You ate and revived? What did you eat? What did you finally decide on, Angel? Oh, I'm trying to fight clangers. I need clashers. Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing, Lizreal. Thank you for asking it so I didn't have to attempt to pronounce it. Look at that. Lizreal shows up late and he's already taken the #1 chatting spot. Merlin, you can keep meowing, but there's legitimately nothing I can do for you. Because I know you want food that I can't give you because we don't have any. What is that second word, Lily? I feel like there has to be a typo in that word. Okay, so they're actually in Niles Forest, so we're gonna go to Niles Forest. Oh, there's a clasher.
Ready for this?
It's crazy sometimes trying to explain something that's so common knowledge to you to someone else that doesn't know the, like...
Ready for this?
Marilyn, why don't you go, like, to the bed, like, to, you know, a bed and just lay down and be comfy? Clasher! God. Oh!
Ta.
Money!
Ta.
Money!
What is an Ossetian pie exactly? Is it just a like a meat pie kind of, or like a chicken pot pie maybe? Or it's like a pie with like meat and fixings in it? Not necessarily chicken, of course.
Here goes nothing.
I think I'm gonna need to leave and reset. I'll just walk out and walk back in. I'm gonna claw you, kitty. Flasher! Boy, take it! The wave of magic. Alright, I need 2 more. Alright, see you later, Lizreal. Lily, Audrey, if you're still here. Now's the time to take the number 1 slot. Angel, you can too if you want, but... Lily had number 1, Angel or no, Adri had number 1, Lily has maintained number 2 this whole time. Not gonna lie, as weirdly dumb as this, like, number 1, 2, 3 system is, I do kind of like it because to any chatter that is competitive, they would keep chatting just to try to maintain a number. It can psychologically push people to chat more.
Ready for this?
Alright, we're done here. Keepers of the Cradle, water incarnates. Because water incarnates can sometimes be found in the abyss, so I guess that's where we'll go.
Shall we?
I'm basically looking for those humanoid water elementals. Oh, there it is. Goodbye. I love that blue enemies don't bother you. Once their names go blue, they won't bother you unless you attack them. So great. You cat. You cat. Oh. Can you go lay down somewhere else that isn't my room? Like, I love you, buddy, but you're pacing in and out of my room, and it's actually kind of bothering me. There it is. I must have missed this earlier. That's heal and safe. Been a while. I haven't saved at all since I loaded the game, so. Alright, well, we got skeleplasms, which I know can be found in the Comlins, so we'll go here. Hi.
Here goes nothing.
I win. By the way, I haven't, once I beat, I don't know, because I know Borderlands 4 is coming out soon, and I really want to stream that as close to release date as possible. But I do have another series of games I want to play through, like, once I have the opportunity. So I want to play through the Forced Unleashed games. I have them both on PC, but interestingly enough, I also have both 1 and 2 on different consoles. I still have my Force Unleashed copy for PS2, and despite them both being called the same game, they are actually a bit different. So what I wanted to do was play through 1 on PC, and then play through 1 again on PS2, but use the in-game cheats. Just to show off the story differences between the games, and even straight up level differences, by the way. I've also never played through the games without cheating. I've always used the in-game like cheat codes to just play through the games, but they even have different powers. Like Force Choke, for example, is in the PS2 version, but not in the PC version. And then I'm going to play Force Unleashed 2 on PC, and then I'm going to play it, regrettably, on the console that I actually bought, but I'm going to try and use, like, actual action replay cheats to play it. But when Force Unleashed 2 came out, I only owned one of the platforms it got released on, which regrettably was the Nintendo DS. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's bad. It's bad. It's so bad, but I want to play it anyways. I never ended up beating it because of how bad it was. It never should have been. They took a third-person action game and made it a side-scroller that required you to use the touch screen to attack. It's actually upsetting how bad it is. And there's no animated cutscenes either, by the way. It's all in still shots, I believe. Really?
I am counting on you all.
Cute. Stop the fact that I can't help you. Go. Shoo. I've transported the cat to my roommate's room. where he will stay there for all of 5 seconds before coming back to bother me. Need one more skeleplasm. Here you are. I'm glad for some reason that all these pointless side quests don't actually require me to fight like recent enemies. Like they can legitimately, like they've been sending me back to generally fight enemies that I can pretty much one-shot for the most part.
Welcome to Swift Solutions.
And that is enough. Let me just handle all the quests that I can instantly complete. Just to get a few more, like, extra... Thankfully, these aren't quests. They just basically instantly... I just talk to the person and they're like, hey, we want to join your nation.
By the way,
Good day, are you ready to place an order? You not come to eat? You sure? After all, I've been running around all over the world helping people. Runs requires a break in a good meal from time to time. It is not to say I do not understand your desire to do right by others. I am similarly inclined. I'm gonna go hunting in order to secure the finest ingredients for my customers. You want me to come join your kingdom? Well now, what an honor. No problem, Angel. If you have to leave, you have to leave. Don't worry about it. You're an admirable young man. It would be my pleasure to become your subject. Just hand me a bow and I will prove my worth, both on the hunting grounds and in battle. Your kingdom must be full of ingredients that cannot be found elsewhere. I can barely contain my excitement. And I can hardly wait to show you my talent. Once I set my sights upon my prey, it is as good as caught. You must be the helpful young man who everyone's been talking about. Yes, it stands to reason I have that kind of face. Similar countenance to mine in my younger years. Now I'm wondering if you come... Wait, I guess... Is it because you wish for me to join your kingdom, am I correct? I am? You truly wish for me to join you? Yeah. Surely not. Then it is not only your face that is kind, but also you possess a warm heart, young man. There are far more talented men than I in the kingdom of Hydropolis. You will not regret your choice. Now prove myself more than worthy, mark my words. someone out here on the tippy tip of the harbor. Yeah, I wanted to do all this before I returned to my kingdom, just so I could, just so I could just, you know, get everyone situated at once.
Hi.
Are you? The taskmaster at Swift Solutions told me that you are the hero who saved Hydropolis. You wish for me to come and join your kingdom to help you? And clearly you have a great eye for talent. You may not look it, but I am in fact a great hunter. I have mastered the bow. Now I seek to learn other hunting techniques from around the world. Taskmaster told me about your kingdom some time ago, and I felt certain that I would be able to learn a great deal there. So you can imagine how happy I am that you ask. I had thought I might venture there myself anyway. I may still be young, but I can more than hold my own. Give me a chance and I'll become the greatest hunter in the world.
Thank you very much.
Slowly drains HP of the unit directly ahead by the means of devious device. The defense that will obstruct the enemy until they have dismantled it. Interesting. I almost kind of want to go with this one. I should keep in mind, though, like, what are my other hammer units here? You know what? We're gonna go with him. Constructs a large cannon that will blast any enemy that comes within range. I need to level him though, but all right, we got one at the inn. They're all spread out. There's no sprint either, so it's just like I just have to run at this normal ass pace.
Hey there.
Greetings, I am Triton, Hydropolis' foremost magical scholar. I've come from a long line of seekers into the secrets of sorcery. But I have other interests, of course. I write epic poems and can often be found on the beach searching for exotic shells. At the moment, however, it is the search for a life partner that is consuming the bulk of my energies. After all, now that the edict forbidding love has been lifted, I'd be a fool not to seek out a fabulous romance, and I believe the woman of my dreams may well be about to appear. Indeed, I am waiting for her as we speak, and as such, I must ask that you do not take up too much of my time. If there's anything you'd like to ask us. The old man of the taskmaster sent you to request I become a citizen of your kingdom, are you certain? I asked him to find the person who I was destined to spend the rest of my days with. Thought that he would seek out my ideal romantic partner, but it seems he had been looking for my ideal employer instead. Oh dear. Think I would have been standing here in my finest robes waiting for love to sweep me off my feet. How embarrassing. I would, of course, be a great honor to join you in your realm, King Evan. I vow to do all that I can in the great service of your nation.
See you.
I shall make my way there immediately. I can only hope that there are young ladies in the heartlands who share my passion for poetry and seashells. Hi Merlin, welcome back to my room that I kicked you out of. Looking at me won't solve any problems, cat. I have no food to give you. You start meowing once you realize that I'm not paying attention to you. My word, how exceptionally beautiful. The glint in your eyes, it is akin to the most precious jewels. Tells me that you live a happy, fulfilling life. Surrounded by dear friends and close allies, I must confess to feeling rather envious. I, on the other hand, have no one. I was once in love, indeed, and once gave a ring to my beloved. Alas, she did not treasure it. No, she sold it. Since then, I have focused only on my work, concentrating upon every minute and minute detail of the stones. Helps to prevent the pain of my broken heart from becoming unbearable. Like me to come to your kingdom, but why? What in the name of the gods would you want such a broken man? I can only assume this is an act of charity still. I'll not look this particular gift horse in the mouth. I'd be honored to accept your offer.
Thank you very much.
Alright, now we just head north. The reason I did the north one last is because I don't know if it unlocked anyone in the chamber. Can I check these quests? I can. Oh, yeah. I just gotta go find him in the Forest of Nile. Oh, your internet's back? It's good to hear. Oh, it's you. Please, I must converse with you in private. Follow me, I beg of you. That's the place where we can speak in peace. I heard the rumors concerning you, you see. I have been hoping to meet with you for a while. People of Hydropolis are singing your praise for all that you have done for them, and for my part, it is a relief to see so many smiling faces. But I have neglected to introduce myself. I am Thomas. Now, well, as you can say, I'm a sorcerer. Indeed, it is the subject relating to my profession that I wish to speak with you about. I have a request to make, and you are the only one who can grant it. I wish to flee Hydropolis and seek sanctuary in your kingdom. Since the edict forbidding romance was lifted, I have been surrounded by love-struck women. It is having a terrible effect on my work. All I ask is to be able to perform sorcery in peace. Please allow me to join your kingdom. I'm sure you will be able to find use for my magical skills. You don't know how much it means, Your Majesty. I cannot thank you enough. He also gave me an item I was actually looking for. There we go. Alright, the last one was in the Forest of Nile. So go see where this dude is. Hello, King Evan. Do you remember me? The name's Hansel. I used to work as a gardener at the castle of Ding Dong Dell. I'm glad to see you alive and well. I had to run away too, you know. I hid in the back of a wagon. Thought I'd find a place to live quite quickly, but I got distracted by all the fascinating plants and flowers here in the forest. Haven't been able to drag myself away. What's that? I'm gonna come join your new kingdom. Oh, that would be wonderful. I'll make sure the gardens of your new castle are the grandest in all the world. Just let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like me to grow there. Alright, let's go get... That's all the citizens I have. Or I can get at the current exact moment. So let's go position them all.
Alright.
Alright, so I know I got a miner. I also got some more hunters. So I'll put you here. Oh, come on. Fuck off. Fucking minions.
Crevens?
Looks like slaving away for the boss all these years have paid off. You need something doing, Evan? Leave it to me. Let's just level up all the citizens that can level up. You're meowing. You're meowing. Get out. I'm not gonna have you meow and holler at me, dude.
Yes.
Hey there.
Yeah.
I don't have any more shop owners right now, which is very annoying. Do I have any fishermen? I have one, thank God. Kind of disappointing that that's the first fisherman I've had. Oh, I can finally build this. There's no one unassigned that I can't put here. I'll just do Martha for the time being, because I can just put her back. Right, who do I have left that has not been put anywhere? No one. Everyone has been put, selected out. Okay, we're good. Does you visit the magnificent new garden that surrounds Maker's Cathedral, boasting water features and ornamental establishments? They serve as a perfect place of refuge from the bustle of the city. There's a I got a bunch of quests, I guess, in the kingdom. I want to double check some other stuff too, of course, because with new people comes new unlocks that allow me to get some research I couldn't get done before. Do I have anyone with cauldron sense? I don't think I do. No. All right. I got someone new for here. Let's check. No, that's all filled out on research. Oh yeah, it has to be a master of spiffing smithing. So Fitch or Achu have to level up first. Which I could do. I don't really need them both there, so what I could do is move one of them over to here. And that will level her up faster. Alright, what else am I gonna do now? I think I've double checked everywhere someone can go, right?
Uh-huh.
People. Alright, well, I don't really want to start into something I'm not going to be able to complete, so we're just going to call it here. Next stream, we can pick this up and, on the next stream of Ni no Kuni, we'll actually, like, tackle more story. And hopefully my knee won't hurt as much by then, but, you know, we'll see. But with that said, yeah, so tomorrow is Friday. So I will hopefully, you know, provided I get a decent amount of sleep, be streaming tomorrow. It will be Guild Wars 1, of course. However, Guild Wars... however, I will not be streaming Saturday or Sunday. As I've stated, I do not stream Saturdays if I both work Saturday and Friday. Because weekdays, I leave work. If I were to leave on time, by the way, I leave at 11:45. If I stay later, I obviously leaving later than that. And I stay later a lot because I offer to. And if I, and Sunday, I also actually have a longer shift. I have an 8-hour shift on Sunday. So, because of that, I will not be, I'm choosing not to stream on Sunday since I start at 1:30 p.m. If I were to even have a decent length stream and still be able to eat before I go to work, I'd have to start streaming at like 9 a.m. And my current sleep schedule, on top of, you know, leaving work Saturday at 10 p.m., not happening. Like, not fucking happening at all. I'd have to start streaming at 9, finish streaming at the latest at noon, and then try to quickly make something before leaving at around like 12:55. It's not happening. I'm hoping that, you know, like, obviously I need to get on my probation first, which doesn't end till mid-October. But, I'm hoping to get, you know, I want to try to push towards more of a full-time position so that way I can get those 40 hours a week, and then I don't have to worry about, obviously my days might not be specific, but I can then kind of formulate my plans better on how I want to stream. But until then, right, like, this is kind of my pattern, and sometimes it does mean that I might not stream for several days in a row, which upsets me. But when I worked at my old job, I put streaming before my job, and it definitely affected my mood because I liked streaming more than I enjoyed my job. But my streaming doesn't make me money, and my job does. And, you know, having a negative attitude at your job obviously doesn't help your prospects and stuff, right? So I need to put more focus onto my job. So if it means I only end up streaming 3 times a week, then guess what? That's what I'm doing. But with that said, I'm going to call it here. My name is Daimien Kamiya. I am the Omni King. If you friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council, I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.